This is Good Morning Suncoast. We're here for you.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Adam Cellini with John Scalzi, of course, on this rare, chilly Monday morning.
It's kind of unusual to get this cold. First of all, good to work with you.
It's a pleasure to be with you, John.
We don't get that many times that we get to hang out together here.
No, we don't. We rarely even see each other because we're on different schedules.
That's true. Well, it's good to have you here.
It's good to be here.
And I'm sorry it's so cold. Sorry I had to
I
get out in
like
the
it.
middle of the night.
I don't
It's
mind
so
it
cold.
so much. I actually like the cold weather. I don't know about you, though.
Well, you know what? I think a lot of people have been saying, when's it going to get cold? When's it going to get cold? And now they're saying, when's it going to get warm? When's it going to get warm? And the good news is it's going to warm up pretty quickly today.
Nice.
So, but this morning, no doubt about it, it's chilly out there. We've got some wind chill advisories up till 9 a.m. Feels like temperatures possibly in the mid-30s this morning. Already we've had some 34 feels like temperatures because those winds are just gusting so hard. This isn't the driest air we've had, but it's certainly the coldest air. And along with it, some of the gustiest winds we've had. Some 20-mile-an-hour gusts overnight have led to some pretty chilly wind chills. No rainfall in the forecast for us today. It'll be dry, and as soon as that sun starts to poke out, our temperatures will start to rise. I think before it's all said and done, we'll be in the upper 60s today, or at least mid-60s, so a nice little warm-up in store. We'll have the complete forecast for you in just a moment. Back to you.
All right, thanks, John. And taking a look at some traffic now. Cold weather not affecting people's judgment on the roads, at least so far. State Road 64 clear. 41, 301 running smoothly up in Manatee County, and 75 looking good as well. Down in Sarasota County, a lot of the same. Fruitville Road running pretty clean into downtown Sarasota, and again, US 41 relatively clear this morning, and that continues down into South County as well. 75 looking good both ways, and 41 again running clear all the way down into there. Now, topping our news this morning as the investigation continues into the deadly shooting at Fort Lauderdale Airport on Friday. The suspect involved in the shooting will be in court today to be formally charged. Esteban Santiago could face the death penalty if he is found guilty on federal charges. Reed Binion has more.
Surveillance video showing Friday's airport shooting rampage as it unfolded. Bystanders at Fort Lauderdale Hollywood International Airport scattering and dropping to the floor as the attacker opens fire. With the video providing insight into the moments of the attack, information about the suspect's background is also coming to light. According to a criminal complaint, 26-year-old Esteban Santiago confessed to planning the attack. Sources say the gun he used in the shooting was held by police last year after a walk-in interview at an FBI office in Alaska, in which Santiago reportedly said his mind was being controlled by U.S. intelligence and that voices were telling him to join ISIS. Authorities confiscated his gun and ordered a mental health evaluation. But officials say it wasn't enough to prohibit him from owning the gun, which he got back a month later, the same gun he used in the incident.
As far as I know, this is not somebody that would have been prohibited based on the information that they had. I think that law enforcement acted within the laws that they have.
Meanwhile, the accused gunman's family says that Santiago, who served in the National Guard, seemed different and even lost after his tour in Iraq. Federal officials say that Santiago did get some treatment after asking for help, but his brother says it wasn't nearly enough.
That the federal government already knew his reaction. They already knew the thoughts that he was having and how they weren't good.
I'm Reed Binion reporting.
Meanwhile, Governor Rick Scott is making more resources available for all those affected by Friday's shooting. Fort Lauderdale Airport director says 25,000 pieces of luggage, phones, identification, and other belongings were left behind by their owners on Friday. As a result, Governor Scott is deploying officials from the Florida Department of Highway Safety and Motor Vehicles, the American Red Cross, and other agencies to Fort Lauderdale. They are helping with identification and passport needs and providing affected travelers with clothing, food, and supplies. A hotline has also been set up for anyone who lost their baggage during the shooting. The Sarasota County Sheriff's Office is investigating a shooting at a home in Sarasota. It happened in the 2300 block of Constitution Boulevard yesterday afternoon. Deputies say all parties involved in the shooting are accounted for and there is no threat to the public. However, the case does remain an active investigation. Sarasota County Council of Neighborhoods Associations will meet tonight to hold a discussion on how to prevent opportunistic crimes. Sarasota Police Officer Sherry McKeon will give a presentation on the most effective ways to prevent many crimes that are reported in the city. The chair of the Sarasota Coalition of City Neighborhoods will also speak on what she is doing to combat crimes in her own community. The social will begin at 6:30 tonight with the discussion starting at 7 at the Sarasota Garden Club. It is free and open to the public. The Longboat Key Town Commission will meet today to go over a proposal for a new program that would provide better care to residents while also decreasing the number of 911 calls. It is called Community Assistance Resource and Education. It would be available to those recently released from Sarasota Memorial Hospital after being treated for stroke, diabetes, or other problems. Those who sign up would get free weekly welfare checks from the fire department. Fire officials would also connect the patient with other people and services they may need. The proposal was created by Longboat Key Fire Chief Paul Desi in response to the number of calls the department gets from falling people every year. Meanwhile, the Manatee County School District is showing their appreciation for first responders as the state recognizes First Responders Week. The school district will be offering free lunch to any first responder who shows up to school in uniform at any time. Anyone who wants to take up the offer must check in at the front office of whichever school they choose. A valid Florida driver's license is required to clear the district screening system to be admitted into the school. First Responders Week lasts until Friday. In other school news, open enrollment beginning this week in Manatee County for students wishing to attend a different high school. Open enrollment is available for high school students today through January 20th. It will be available to middle school students from February 6th to the 17th, and for elementary schoolers, open enrollment will be March 6th to the 17th. During this time, parents can apply for their child to change schools without giving any reason. Parents interested in sending their kids to school outside of Manatee should contact those districts directly. Requests are not guaranteed, but will be highly considered. Manatee County is being recognized for having some of the state's best and brightest teachers. 131 teachers in the county have each received a nearly $7,000 bonus as part of the state's new scholarship program. As part of the Best and Brightest Scholarship, teachers who scored in the 80th percentile on their SAT and ACT exams and had good ratings in their teacher evaluations were eligible for the bonus. In all, $49 million will be distributed to over 7,000 teachers statewide as part of the scholarship. The city of Northport has officially started its improvements at Butler Park to inspire more outdoor activity. A groundbreaking ceremony on Saturday kicked off the project. In November, the Northport City Commission approved a construction contract to renovate the sports fields at Butler Park for $1.6 million. The city will remove 3 baseball diamonds and replace them with 3 new multi-purpose fields for a more variety of activities.
This is a very youthful community, families, and we have such a need in the community for more fields, for more events and different leagues. It's just going to bring a whole lot of great opportunity for this community as we move forward.
The fields are part of several improvements to boost community activity in Northport parks, including the construction of a splash pad, 3 playgrounds, and a new trail. These improvements to Butler Park are expected to be complete by the beginning of fall. Thunder by the Bay, Sarasota's annual motorcycle festival, ran through the weekend, and as ABC7's Kate Flexter tells us, for the first time in its 19-year history, bikers were partying away from downtown.
Whether it's the motorcycles or the music, Thunder by the Bay tends to draw a crowd.
We're expecting to have just as many people and to raise just as much money.
For 19 years, the motorcycle rally and music festival known as Thunder by the Bay was located right next to Sarasota's Bayfront. But after drawing some negative feedback from residents and merchants, the venue shifted to Lakewood Ranch's premier sports campus.
We want a permanent home because it is a destination event and it will continue.
Event organizer Lucy Nicondri says that negative feedback, coupled with potential changes to the city's special events regulations, was reason enough to change the venue.
So the uncertainty of that, plus the pushback, we really didn't have a choice, but we're very happy that Lakewood Ranch welcomed us, and we were able to expand for this year.
For some, the new venue is a positive.
It's a huge spot. I think it's much better than what it was downtown.
I think it's a good spot. It's just going to take a couple of years, and then it will be just as good or maybe better.
But for others,
it's more enjoyable downtown because you could do more than motorcycle stuff.
It was definitely something special downtown, but unfortunately I think that just ran its course and they're just not allowing it no more.
That's a sentiment echoed by head of the Downtown Merchants Association and owner of Soto Opticians, Ron Soto.
I hope it's not a trend. We want to keep downtown vibrant. Part of the allure of moving downtown is that you have all these things to come down from your apartments and see.
Thunder by the Bay is the biggest fundraiser of the year for Suncoast Charities for Children. Last year, the economic impact was $8.8 million. For that reason, Soto was sad to see it go, especially on a traditionally slow week for merchants.
It's the week after Christmas and New Year's and all the things that we've just had happening, so it's a little dead this time of year. This gave the downtown a nice shot in the arm.
Soto hopes to see Sarasota maintain its status as a friendly city for events and festivals.
Maybe in the future we could come to terms and maybe Thunder could come back to downtown. You never know.
Kate Flexter, ABC 7, your Suncoast News.
Evie's Tavern on Main Street was the spot of a fundraiser for a little boy in need. Cooper is a 6-year-old who was born with a neurological condition called Chiari malformation. The disorder comes with other conditions that can only be treated by a trained doctor. Cooper's mom saying she is thankful for the help she has received from the community.
Cooper has a Facebook page that we've created for him, and through that we've really been able to spread awareness, and I have a huge support system. People have been amazing.
It's what I could do. I mean, I would do anything. I have a 3-year-old son, and if he was sick, I'd hope that someone would do what they could to help me.
Local businesses and individuals supported Cooper's cause by donating items and services for a raffle. Always nice seeing the community come together, right?
Absolutely, absolutely. Wish that young man and his family all luck in the world.
Absolutely, absolutely. And still ahead, we got History in Hollywood. We'll show you what made last night's Golden Globe Award so special for several of the nominees. And coming up a little later in the hour, getting ready for kickoff, we'll take a look at game day preparations for the College Football National Championship at Raymond James Stadium. Stay with us.
Gold fever has once again swept the nation, and everyone is rushing to Florida to strike it doubly rich. Introducing the $5 million Gold Rush Doubler. We're doubling cash prizes for over $752 million in payouts, and 36 prizes from $1 million to $5 million. The Florida Gold Rush is on. The Florida Lottery, just imagine.
Attention small business owners. Penn Funding announces the easiest and fastest business funding program, the Platinum Business Account.
We needed cash fast. Business is good, but this is an emergency. We needed some new equipment, and the banks wouldn't help us.
At Penn Funding, we like to say, yes, you're approved. With your Platinum Business Account, you could qualify for up to $50,000 or more. This amazing new business account funding program is so effective, you could have the cash you need in just days.
I called, spoke with an agent who pre-qualified us, and connected me.
Call now for your Platinum Business Account. If you've been in business for at least 6 months, you could qualify for up to $50,000 or more in just days.
I called Penn Funding and had my money fast.
Need cash for your business? Call Penn Funding now.
Call 800-658-3433. 800-658-3433.
Are you considering joint replacement or revision surgery? Consider this. Dr. Edward Stolarski has performed thousands of successful joint replacement procedures and trained surgeons from all over the world. Using advanced technologies, Dr. Stolarski is able to perform some of the most complex surgeries.
I wish I knew about Dr. Stolarski much sooner.
After the surgery, I don't have any pain. It's like I've got a 16-year-old hip.
My name's Ed Stolarski. What I really do is I give people back their life.
Schedule a consultation today.
They're coming from Tampa, Fort Myers, even Orlando. They're coming from everywhere for the Sarasota Ford Promise. We promise we're more than a dealership. We're a destination with a movie theater, massage room, aquarium, cafe, and more. We promise to give you top dollar for your trade, even if you don't buy from us. And if you do, we promise you the best deal. Bring us any competitor's ad and we'll beat it by at least $1,000. That's why they're coming from everywhere to Sarasota Ford, where 41 meets 301. SarasotaFord.com.
Now, the official Suncoast weather with ABC7 meteorologist John Scalzi.
Looking at temperatures across the state, boy, they are chilly everywhere. You're looking at Tallahassee coming in at 32, Panama City at 29, 31 degrees in Jacksonville, 30 in Gainesville. Those are actual air temperatures. Those are not just wind chill values. And here locally, we've got some pretty chilly temperatures too. Generally in the 40s around our area. We've got 41 Wauchula, 40 Arcadia, 41 Mayaca, 41 Sarasota. Venice at 43, 41 in Northport. We haven't really dipped into the 30s along the coastline yet, but those winds, brisk right now, coming in sustained at about 10 to 15 most everywhere. And we've had some gusts as high as 20 over the last hour. So you factor that in, and the feels-like temperatures coming in at about 34, 36 degrees, right in that range. So a very chilly kind of raw start to the morning. The good news is, this is the only morning this week that we're going to get that will be anything like that. After we get into this afternoon, even this mid-morning, I think, the amount of sunshine that we get, coupled with the clear blue skies, is going to allow us to warm up nicely. Plus, the winds, I think, will start to subside just a little bit. So you add those two things together, and we're headed to a pretty nice afternoon, actually. 41 degrees the air temperature now, dew point 32. It's not the driest air we have had this season, but it's some of the coldest, and certainly if you factor in the winds on top of the cold air, you know, that's why it feels so raw out there. High pressure along the eastern seaboard. That's the dominant feature. That high is sticking fast, too. That'll be with us all week long. We have a lot of sunshine in the forecast for even into the extended range, I think. We're not going to have many problems. Storminess in the northeast subsiding now, but we still have a couple of areas that will produce some heavy snow over the course of the next day or two. Western Great Lakes seeing impacted by some pretty good storms, and also the low pressure area exiting now out into the Rockies is going to produce some fairly heavy snowfall totals as it moves eastward. High pressure, as I said, stays fast for us. There's really nothing that's going to change there. It's going to produce that northeast wind, so we'll get a warming early in the day today. We'll start to warm our temperatures from the 40s into the upper 40s to low 50s by the time we hit probably 10, 11 o'clock, and be pretty close to the 60 mark by noon. We'll have sunny skies and then a warming trend. Not only will today be warmer, but the next couple of days will start to warm up as well. And so as we head into midweek, I think we'll be well above average in our temperatures. Look at some of these snowfall totals. If you're traveling again today to Denver, there's going to be some pretty good snow there with accumulations exceeding a foot. So there certainly could be some airport delays. Back to the west, we're getting more heavy rainfall along the coastline in California. Napa seeing some major mudslides there. And then higher elevation snows. Northeast, you'll get some snows there, mostly lake effect stuff. So the big cities, I think, will be okay over the next several days. We have some rain showers over on the other coast. The RPM computer model shows those. I don't think we'll see a lot of that here locally. I think we'll be pretty quiet. I think this kind of overdoes the effect of that easterly wind flow. I don't think we'll see much in the way of rainfall. Maybe a few extra clouds, though, with that easterly wind as we head into midweek, so we'll watch for that. Otherwise, the visible satellite imagery and infrared satellite imagery only shows a few areas of cloud cover along the eastern seaboard and along the east coast. As again, there's some storminess back to the west, but most of the country right now looking pretty good. Northeast wind is very breezy, so you do have small craft advisories up through mid-morning today. Watch for that, boaters. Northeast wind will subside a bit in the afternoon to about 10 to 15. And the forecast for the week ahead, warming trend. So hang in there. We'll see temperatures that'll climb into the upper 70s by the time we hit midweek. Adam?
All right, thanks, John. Let's take another look at traffic here in Manatee County. Things still looking smooth. Traffic flowing nicely on State Road 64. The bridges up into Palmetto also clear, slowing down a little bit near Cortez Road and 41, but 41 and 301 north and south looking clear. Down in Sarasota County, much of the same. 75, both directions look good. Fruitville Road into downtown on the islands, everything moving along. A little bit of slowdown on 41. They're headed into South County, but 75 continuing to flow in both directions, and US 41 down there in South County looking good. Well, the Hollywood Foreign Press Association is singing the praises of the movie La La Land. The film earned a record 7 Golden Globe Awards last night. George Pinocchio has the reactions from backstage in Beverly Hills.
A movie that celebrates the Hollywood musical hit all the right notes for Golden Globe voters. La La Land was nominated for 7 awards, and it won all 7 in the musical or comedy categories. Best Picture, Best Actor Ryan Gosling, Best Actress Emma Stone, Best Director and Best Screenplay for Damien Chazelle, Best Score, and Best Original Song.
I think I'm still processing. This is my first time ever at the Golden Globes. I assume it doesn't always go this way, so I'm not going to get used to it.
In the drama categories, Casey Affleck won Best Actor for his role in Manchester by the Sea, and French actress Isabelle Huppert was named Best Actress for Elle. The coming-of-age story Moonlight won Best Picture on the drama side.
I think the movie touches people because they see the authenticity that we put into it. We weren't trying to do anything but tell our story. I think people respect that.
Aaron Taylor-Johnson won Best Supporting Actor for Nocturnal Animals, and Viola Davis earned her first Golden Globe as Supporting Actress for Fences. She previously had won the Tony for the same role.
And it was such a joy and pleasure to have that challenge, and to have August Wilson's words and to have those characters.
There is always a lot of star power here at the Golden Globes because besides movies, they also honor television. Atlanta won the Best Comedy Series, and its creator and star Donald Glover was named Best Actor. Blackish star Tracee Ellis Ross won the Comedy Actress Prize.
I was like, wait, they said my name right? They said my name right? This is so cool!
On the drama side of things, The Crown won Best Series, and its star Claire Foy Best Actress. Best Actor, Billy Bob Thornton for Goliath. Award season is far from over. We've got the SAG Awards on January 29th, and then the Oscars on February 26th. In Beverly Hills, George Pinocchio for ABC News.
All right, and still ahead on Good Morning Suncoast, could an NFL player help you sleep better? One of the most popular players in the league thinks so. We'll show you how. And coming up at 5:30, Uber already makes it easier to get around town, but could it also help ease traffic congestion in the future? We'll show you how the company could help with roadway improvement projects. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
How hard is it to stop a stroke? It is challenging, it is difficult, and every second counts. A comprehensive stroke center gives the patient a better chance to walk out with minimal to no disability. We are able to offer treatments above and beyond the standard 3 hours after the onset of a stroke. A place like Sarasota Memorial Hospital really increases those chances of giving back a better quality of life.
Is death beating you down? You need discipline. You need
the Debt Ninja. If you owe $10,000 or more to the IRS, you could be facing wage garnishments, levies, liens, property seizure, cancellation of business license, closure of business. The Debt Ninja fights your IRS debt. That's why you need the Debt Ninja. The Debt Ninja has found the best companies in the country who are on your side to fight debt. Want to learn if you qualify for the IRS Financial Hardship Program? Stop the IRS from garnishing your wages. Even if your bank account has been seized, if you have undeclared taxes, if you have existing IRS debt, it's not too late to call, so grab your phone now. Call the Debt Ninja at 800-945-0083. That's 800-945-0083. Settle your IRS debt to get the power of the Debt Ninja. Dial this number now, 800-945-0083.
I support Goodwill because when I donate or shop, I have the power. The power to change lives.
time to go boating. But first, don't miss the 16th annual Charlotte County Boat Show, January 12th to the 15th at the Charlotte County Fairgrounds. Show admission is free and on-site parking is only $5. January 12th through the 15th. Visit goboatingflorida.com for more information.
Welcome back. It is 5:25. Google's self-driving minivans will soon be hitting the roads. ABC's Mara Schiavocampo and Kendis Gibson have the details.
In today's Tech Bites, more self-driving cars are hitting the roads.
The Google-owned company called Waymo will start testing its new fleet of minivans later this month. The Chrysler Pacifica hybrids will be tested on roads in California and Arizona.
Waymo makes the sensors and radar and plans to team up with other automakers in the future. Tom Brady has teamed up in the meantime with Under Armour for a new line of pajamas.
They're made with special particles that reflect the body's infrared waves that are emitted during sleep, and that is supposed to help your body recover from exercise.
And 10 years ago today, Apple turned the mobile phone industry on its head. That was the day CEO Steve Jobs announced the Apple iPhone.
He said it was a combination of a phone, a music player, and an internet connection. Jobs also said the iPhone was revolutionary, and boy, was he right.
Yeah, although we were stuck to our Blackberries and not wanting to leave them. Those are your Tech Bites.
Tech Bites, brought to you by Weight Watchers.
Like everybody, I want to live a life that's full of the happiness found in living the life I want, full of the energy that comes with good health, full of the great foods I love. And at Weight Watchers, I don't have to choose between weight loss and living well. I live well while losing weight. It is easier than it's ever been, and not one day have I felt deprived. Most important, it works.
Join for free now and lose 10 pounds on us. The ultimate surprise for your eyes. New Olay Eyes Ultimate Eye Cream for instant results of the #1 prestige eye cream without paying twice the price. Show your amazement, not your age, with new Olay Eyes. Ageless.
From the farming minds at Ocean Spray, a new epic flavor. It's cranberry, it's pineapple, and there's no sugar added. Cranberry pineapple 100% juice, the next big thing to hit the juice aisle.
Check out My Suncoast Dining on mysuncoast.com for Chef Judy's favorite recipes, restaurant guide, and more. Go to mysuncoast.com/dining.
It's been about a month, and I can honestly say I've seen the change in me. I went from being a depressed girl who didn't want help to this happy, caring girl who loves helping other people. I just really hope that people that went through what I went through get the help that they need, because their story is important. And they are loved. Thank you so much for everything.
Selling your home? Insist on a 3D showcase tour from Gulf Shores Realty. Virtual tours are flat and boring and look more like a slideshow than a tour. A 3D tour from Gulf Shores Realty is like actually walking through the home without the drive. Get instant access to your next home from any device. Multiple views give homebuyers a perspective like no other. For a limited time, mention ABC7 and Gulf Shores Realty will provide a complimentary 3D tour with your new listing.
You love your couch and want to protect it from spills, food, and scratching, shedding pets. Introducing Couch Coat, the reversible, washable quilted cover that protects your couch. Shield against spills, wow, stop stains, and dirty pet paws and sharp claws. Plus, it's reversible with 2 stylish colors. Guaranteed to fit any couch up to 92 inches or your money back. It even has covers to protect armrests. Machine washable too.
My grandkids destroy everything, but with Couch Coat, my couch is always protected, looking as good as it did the day I bought it.
Get your Couch Coat for just $19.99, and it's reversible in brown and cream, like 2 couch coats for the price of 1. Order right now, and you can double your offer. Get a second Couch Coat. Just pay a separate fee. Order right now.
Call 1-800-943-0710 to get your couch coat. Call now or go to couchcoat.com. So call 1-800-943-0710. That's 1-800-943-0710. Call now.
During the past 10 years, Tidewell Hospice volunteers have provided more than 1 million hours of service. They sit with patients, giving caregivers a break. They work in offices. They take their furry friends on pet therapy visits. They even clown around. Every task performed by a volunteer makes a difference in the lives of our patients and their families. Join Tidewell's volunteer team. They're truly 1 in a million. Tidewell Hospice. It's more than you think.
Is your old garage door stuck or broken? Would a new one give you a lift? Let Precision Door Overhead Garage Door Service of Sarasota come to the rescue with prompt and affordable repair service. Replacement doors come with an array of styles and colors, and they are rated to meet and exceed Florida standards. From estimates to installation, your satisfaction is our priority. If you're not 100% satisfied with any product, service, or installation, we will make it right, because Precision Door Service is a name you can trust.
Coming up on Good Morning Suncoast, winter is here. Wicked weather across the country causing problems from east to west. And War of Words, a famous actress, is the latest to take aim at President-elect Donald Trump, all while Trump's cabinet picks begin confirmation hearings. And Tampa's prepping for a party, and if you still haven't bought a ticket, expect to pay big bucks to attend the College National Championships.
From the ABC 7 studios, this is Good Morning Suncoast. We're here for you.
Welcome back. I'm Adam Cellini. Jacqueline is off this morning, and Don will be in Tampa all day with coverage of the national championship game. But have no fear, John Scalzi is still here, and
good to see you this morning.
I know he's the one that we love this morning. It is really cold.
It's cold. I don't know if anybody loves me this morning or not. As cold as it is out there, I tell you, we've got some temperatures that are right along the immediate coast, not so bad. Right along the beaches, you're in the upper 60s. But you go between the interstate and 41, and you're in the mid-40s, even some lower 40s out there. Wind chill advisory up till 9 a.m. this morning. In inland areas, we've already got some temperatures that have dropped down into the upper 30s. So you add that to the gusty winds, and we've had some gusts to 21 miles an hour, and it feels like mid-30s most everywhere. We have a warming trend, though, so take heart, grab a jacket. You'll be able to lose it, I think, by mid-morning or certainly early afternoon as our daytime high temperatures climb up to near the 68-degree mark. By 2 p.m., we will have hit the 60s already. Complete forecast about a warm-up this week. Coming up in just a minute, Adam.
All right, thanks, John. And let's take a look at traffic now in Manatee County. Things still looking clear, no accidents. Slowing down a little bit on 301 headed north towards State Road 70, but the bridge is looking clear, and 41 clear north-south as well. In Sarasota County, things looking good. Fruitville Road staying clear, 41 also clear north and south, and the highway running relatively smooth. Headed down into South County, a little bit of slowdown there on 41 heading south, but everything else moving in both directions. Well, the deadly storms landing a 1-2 punch across America this weekend. Winter weather alerts issued across 10 states. That winter storm dumping ice and snow from the Carolinas all the way to Maine, now turning deadly, claiming at least 4 lives. Treacherous conditions triggering massive accidents like a 20-car pileup in Connecticut. In Alabama, cars skidding helplessly off of icy roads. And the storm dumping as much as 20 inches of snow near Cape Cod. Cars buried. Air traffic backed up, more than 4,000 flights canceled and 6,000 delayed over the weekend.
We were finally allowed to board that plane, only to find out the crew discovered the water system had frozen overnight.
And it's not over yet for weary travelers. With many below freezing temperatures tonight, roads could see a refreeze. Meanwhile, all across the Suncoast, Sarasota County Emergency Management has opened shelters for the homeless as temperatures dropped to the upper 30s and low 40s over the weekend. Dozens of people gathered at the Grace Methodist Church and the Salvation Army to escape from the cold. Captain Andy Bailey says they saw almost twice the number of people at their shelter than usual. He sees it as an opportunity to connect or reconnect with the homeless who might not otherwise come to the shelter.
They just sort of came to their senses and came back in. It's a little cold outside, so it does. It puts us back in touch with some that we may have not seen in a while. So, you know what? We just got to count our blessings.
Those who use the shelters were given a cot, a warm meal, and a blanket that they could take with them. The shelters were open through Sunday. Democrats and Republicans are battling over ethics reviews for Donald Trump's cabinet picks as confirmation hearings get underway this week. And the president-elect has found himself embroiled in yet another war of words. This time he's going head-to-head with actress Meryl Streep after she slammed him at the Golden Globes. ABC's Karen Travers has more from Washington.
Donald Trump's team taking Washington by storm this week. 8 confirmation hearings for his potential cabinet. But at the Golden Globes in Hollywood, no love for the president-elect. Meryl Streep in her acceptance speech for a Lifetime Achievement Award blasting Trump as a bully without ever saying his name.
Disrespect invites disrespect. Violence incites violence. When the powerful use their position to bully others, we all lose.
Streep calling out Trump for this moment, where he seems to mock a disabled reporter on the campaign trail in 2015.
I don't remember.
In an interview with the New York Times, Trump said he had not seen the award show, but was not surprised to face criticism from what he called, quote, liberal movie people and a Hillary lover. Trump and his team also taking heat from Democrats in Washington, who are raising concerns that several of his cabinet nominees have not completed the standard ethics review process. There are 2 confirmation hearings on Tuesday. On Wednesday, 5 more. A top government ethics official is warning lawmakers the pace of the hearings is putting undue pressure on investigators. 8 years ago, Republican leader Mitch McConnell insisted all Obama cabinet picks have their background checks and financial disclosures in before their hearings. Now,
so all of these little procedural complaints are related to their frustration at having not only lost the White House, but having lost the Senate. I understand that, but we need to sort of grow up here and get past that.
the Trump transition team accused Democrats of politicizing the confirmation process and called it a disservice to the country. Karen Travers, ABC News, Washington.
New legislation being proposed by 2 Sarasota lawmakers could make Florida the latest state to outlaw abortions 20 weeks into pregnancy. According to the Herald Tribune, if approved, Florida would be the 15th state to pass the legislation. It challenges a ruling by the U.S. Supreme Court that states abortions can only be prohibited when the fetus is viable outside the womb. Usually 24 weeks into a pregnancy, current Florida law bans abortions in the 3rd trimester of pregnancy after 24 weeks, or if a physician determines the fetus is viable earlier. House Representative Joe Gruters is sponsoring the bill, which is expected to be formally filed this week. A commercial rocket launch in California has been pushed back because of bad weather. The SpaceX company was scheduled to launch a rocket today, but it now says the blastoff has been delayed until January 14th because of high winds and rain at Vandenberg Air Force Base. The launch will be the company's first since one of its rockets exploded back in September. The new rocket is set to put 10 communication satellites into orbit. Well, Uber is offering a helping hand to some of the same city leaders. It sometimes agonizes with the aggressive way it runs its popular ride-sharing service. The assistance will come in the form of a free website called Movement. It's expected to be available to the public in mid-February. Uber announced the new website on Sunday. Although anyone can use the website, Uber believes its main audience will be city officials dealing with congestion in their streets and transit systems. What better way to show appreciation for law enforcement than to offer them a free meal? Today marks National Law Enforcement Appreciation Day, and McDonald's restaurants throughout the Tampa Bay area inviting local police officers to stop in and enjoy a free value meal today. Law enforcement officers must show a valid badge to redeem the free meal. Members of the community are invited to come into the restaurants to show thank you and support to the officers. Well, the College Football National Championship game is a hot ticket. The combination of Alabama and Clemson meeting in a rematch of last year's final, plus the proximity of the schools to Tampa, is causing prices to surge for tonight's game. Both Tuscaloosa, Alabama, and Clemson, South Carolina are within an easy driving distance. And as of Sunday afternoon, ticket prices on StubHub range from $1,599 for a ticket in the upper deck to $17,820 for a sideline seat in the lower bowl in the 70,000 seat stadium. And the playoff is an exciting moment for any college football player, but for some it will also be a homecoming. Clemson boasting 6 Tampa area natives, many whose football careers have crossed paths with Raymond James stadiums in the past, either on Pee Wee or high school teams. Now, as they return home for the most important game of their careers, many feel victory would be twice as sweet in front of family and friends.
Yeah, like I've said before, it's a blessing, man. Just it's not too much you can say just to be thankful for it. And it probably won't hit me till I step on the field.
Playing in front of my family never made me nervous because I know they're there. I know they understand, so I can play more loose, play more fun, just go out there and give them all.
Players say the game also serves as a recruiting tool for out-of-state schools to attract more athletes from talent-rich Florida. ABC 7's Don Brennan will be in Tampa all day with more coverage leading up to kickoff later tonight.
Yep.
Should be a good game.
Yeah, it should be a good game, and you know, kind of a grudge match going on there. And the good news is, I think the weather will cooperate nicely. It won't be quite as cold as it was this morning.
That is
so
nice.
that's nice. Probably around mid-50s for kickoff time. So that's good.
That's good. Yeah.
Yeah.
For the players. I mean, up in the stands, some people may be cold, but they're from up north.
It would be jacket weather for us too. I think if anybody's going there, or at least sweater weather. And as the night progresses, of course, it gets cooler. So we'll be in the low 50s by the time you go home at night. So, you know, a little bite to the air for some of us, but not as bad as it was this morning. This morning, wind chill advisory is in effect. We'll talk about that in a few minutes.
All right, and if quitting smoking was one of your New Year's resolutions, you're not alone. Some tips to putting down cigarettes for good coming up in Health Smart. Stay with us.
On your TV, on your computer, on your camera, on your smartphone, on your Apple Watch. And now you can get ABC 7, your Suncoast News on Fire TV. Just go to mysuncoast.com and click on the mobile tab for a list of fast and free downloads that deliver ABC 7, your Suncoast News on the go. ABC 7 My Suncoast News. We're here for you. Conveniently watch ABC 7 My Suncoast News wherever you are through our live stream on our newly redesigned mysuncoast.com and the brand new ABC 7 My Suncoast app with improved features including traffic maps and live radar. Now featuring dining discounts for your favorite Suncoast restaurants. Visit mysuncoast.com to stay up to date and click on the mobile tab to download the ABC 7 My Suncoast app for iOS and Android.
Gold fever has once again swept the nation. And everyone is rushing to Florida to strike it doubly rich. Introducing the $5 million Gold Rush Doubler. We're doubling cash prizes for over $752 million in payouts. And 36 prizes from $1 million to $5 million. The Florida Gold Rush is on. The Florida Lottery, just imagine.
Are you considering joint replacement or revision surgery? Consider this. Dr. Edward Stolarski has performed thousands of successful joint replacement procedures and trained surgeons from all over the world. Using advanced technologies, Dr. Stolarski is able to perform some of the most complex surgeries.
I wish I knew about Dr. Stolarski much sooner.
After the surgery, I don't have any pain. It's like I've got a 16-year-old hip.
My name's Ed Stolarski. What I really do is I give people back their life.
Schedule a consultation today.
Today, everyone is looking for more fashionable choices in flooring than ever before. And G. Fried has responded with a huge selection of carpets, tile, wood, laminate, and vinyl. Installed by a highly skilled team, G. Fried has got everything you're looking for and more. The next time you think about quality flooring, think G. Fried Flooring America. G. Fried Flooring America. Our world is at your feet.
As a combat veteran, I support Goodwill because they help our veterans reintegrate back into the civilian workforce, and they create jobs in our community.
What to do when your heating or air conditioning needs service or, heaven forbid, replacement? Call Air Now today. We've been serving Sarasota and Manatee County since 1946. We offer $49.95 tune-ups, lease or finance options, and remember, service today or it's free.
They're coming from Tampa, Fort Myers, even Orlando. They're coming from everywhere.
everywhere for the Sarasota Ford Promise. Our promise means a new car you'll love. If not, return it for one you do. At Sarasota Ford, we promise live market pricing. We monitor national pricing on our entire inventory, so you get the best deal. In fact, we guarantee it. Bring us any competitor's ad and we'll beat it by at least $1,000. That's why they're coming from everywhere to Sarasota Ford, where 41 meets 301. SarasotaFord.com.
Now, the official Suncoast weather with ABC7 meteorologist John Scalzi.
Temperatures across the state very chilly, freezing temperatures to the north of us. We'll likely see a few temperatures that'll get pretty close to the freezing mark as you head further to the north up around the Gainesville area. Well, already Gainesville coming in at 30. Anywhere from about, I'd say Silver Springs north. You'll probably have a chance of seeing some temperatures there locally dip into the freezing mark. We won't do that here, but we certainly do get cold with temperatures in the 40s most everywhere. Upper 40s right along the immediate coastline, mid to lower 40s as you move closer to the interstate. And we've had some independent reporting stations come in with temperatures in the upper 30s in inland areas already this morning. We've got 40 in Arcadia, 41 in Wauchula, 40 at Mayaca, Parrish at 41, 41 Sarasota, 42 Venice, 46 Boca Grande. And I think with these winds factored in, everybody would agree, whether you're from Florida or whether you're from Michigan, that feels a little bit on the raw side, and you certainly will need a jacket this morning as you head out the door. Those winds coming in at about 10 to 15 will be with us throughout the morning hours as our temperatures dip down, and consequently the feels like temperature, the combination of the dry air, the winds, and the air temperature all make it feel like it's closer to the mid-30s out there. So a very chilly start to the day, but take heart, things will warm up nicely under plenty of sunshine around today. Dew point values are at 32. That's the theoretical low temperature that we could get to, but we won't. Our wind speeds will prevent that. Northeast at about 12 right now. Plus the air itself is just not that cold to get us down to the freezing mark. So a freeze is not in the picture for us. 41 degrees the air temperature. Fairly clear skies. That'll lead to a lot of sunshine as we head around the mid-morning hours. And that sunshine will start to bake the land. The land will start to heat the air just touching it, and that will start the process of getting us into above average temperatures again for this time of year, especially as those winds die down a little bit. High pressure will gradually build in across the region. The little areas of low pressure producing inclement weather across the nation will stay to our north. That high pressure ridge providing us with an easterly flow of air or northeasterly flow of air will keep the rain showers, I think, at bay. We'll look at warming early on this morning. I think we'll be able to effectively get rid of that wind chill value by, probably 9, 10 o'clock. It'll feel much warmer than it does right now. And then we'll see those sunny skies start to drive our temperatures up to around 68 degrees this afternoon for a daytime high. That'll feel very pleasant, and I think we'll have so much warm sunshine around that most people will feel that it'll feel very comfortable as we head into midweek and we see our temperatures rise to above average values. So it won't be long before the warm up ensues. There are some travel zones where there is going to be some rough go. Minneapolis, St. Paul seeing some fairly heavy snowfall accumulations. Anywhere along the southern borders or the eastern borders of the Great Lakes, you're going to have some issues. And then back to the west, some pretty significant snowfall accumulations, particularly around the Denver airport. You could see some accumulations there. And of course, rainfall along the California coast thanks to the Pineapple Express. The rainfall futurecast shows the effect of that easterly wind. Now, I do think it kind of overdoes the amount of rainfall we get around here. We stay dry this week. We'll watch our winds kind of breezy today. Small craft advisories up for the morning hours, northeast at 10 to 15 by afternoon. And over the course of the week ahead, watch for those conditions to moderate a lot. We'll be above average by as early as tomorrow or Wednesday, and we will stay there right into the weekend. Back to you, Adam.
All right, thanks, John. And taking another look at traffic here. Travel in Manatee County still looking smooth. No accidents. A little bit of slowdown near Bradenton there, but the bridges up to Palmetto looking good north and south. The interstate look good. 41 and 301 moving well. 301 a little jammed up by State Road 70 in Sarasota. A lot of green. Things looking good east-west on Fruitville Road near downtown. Clear, and the interstate looking clear up and down. A little bit slow down there on Bee Ridge, however. And down in South County, a little slow down around 41, but the interstate and the remainder of 41 looking good in both directions. Well, testimony is set to get underway in the racketeering trial of the former president of a pharmacy blamed for a national meningitis outbreak. That outbreak killed 64 people and sickened hundreds more. Jurors in the federal trial of Barry Cadden are expected to hear opening statements and testimony today. Cadden is charged with second-degree murder, accused of causing the deaths of 25 people during the 2012 outbreak. The outbreak was traced to tainted steroid injections. Cadden has pleaded not guilty. Well, smoking is the leading cause of preventable disease and death in the U.S. 70% of American smokers say they want to quit. If you are one of them, here are some tips from the CDC. First, make a plan for quitting. People who've done it say planning ahead is a big part of success. List the reasons you want to quit smoking. Choose a day when you'll quit, and identify people or places you can turn to for help if you need it. You can also find apps that will help you track cravings, slip-ups, and progress. Well, it's official. Flu season is here, so now is the time to get that flu shot. And yet, even now, millions of Americans have yet to go out and get a flu shot. The one thing that's most likely to help them avoid the fevers, fatigue, and pain of the flu. Health officials say the predominant strain this year is one linked to more serious illness. Doctors recommend getting the shot, especially for the elderly and small children. Well, stay with us. We will be right back.
This is the story of a boy who is very sensitive to lights and sounds. So he built secret hiding places where nothing could get in. The boy didn't like looking people in the eye. It made him feel uncomfortable. One day, he found out he had something called autism. His family got him help, and slowly, he learned how to live with it better.
Early intervention can make a lifetime of difference. Learn the signs at autismspeaks.org.
It's time to go boating, but first, don't miss the 16th annual Charlotte County Boat Show, January 12th to the 15th at the Charlotte County Fairgrounds. Show admission is free and on-site parking is only $5. January 12th through the 15th. Visit GoBoatingFlorida.com for more information.
Selling your home? Insist on a 3D showcase tour from Gulf Shores Realty. Virtual tours are flat and boring and look more like a slideshow than a tour. A 3D tour from Gulf Shores Realty is like actually walking through the home without the drive. Get instant access to your next home from any device. Multiple views give homebuyers a perspective like no other. For a limited time, mention ABC7 and Gulf Shores Realty will provide a complimentary 3D tour with your new listing.
I owed the IRS $10,000.
I owed the IRS $20,000.
The IRS garnished my wages.
They put a lien on my house.
The IRS is the most powerful collection agency in the world. They do not give up until you pay.
I couldn't sleep. We were being audited. I called Tax Solutions Now, and a great big weight was lifted off my shoulders.
I called Tax Solutions Now, and they got the IRS off my back.
Tax Solutions Now had my wage garnishment lifted in 48 hours.
Tax Solutions Now can get you help. Our agents know the rules, can stop the pain, and get you the best deal.
We saved our home and overcame the most powerful collection agency in the world.
We connect you with a team of former IRS agents and tax professionals who get the IRS off your back. Time is running out. Call Tax Solutions Now.
Call 1-800-565-7740. That's 1-800-565-7740.
I was always worried and scared. Mom was in pain. She wasn't going to get any better, and all the trips to the ER were painful for all of us. Then we called Tidewell Hospice, and everything changed. Now she has care in our home when she needs it, surrounded by family. We know we don't have much time left with Mom, but we decided to make the best out of that time. Tidewell Hospice, it's more than you think.
The kitchen is where life happens. Minnesota Flooring now offers a wide variety of beautiful quality craft-made cabinetry to make sure the heart of your home reflects your style. Visit us today at our new kitchen and bath cabinetry locations.
Well, here's what's coming up in our 6 o'clock show. The investigation continuing into the deadly airport shooting in Fort Lauderdale that left 5 people dead. The suspect in that case will be in court today to be formally charged. And open enrollment begins this week in Manatee County for students wishing to attend different high schools. And speaking of Manatee County schools, its teachers are being recognized as some of the state's best and brightest. 131 teachers will receive a scholarship for scoring high on the SAT and ACT exams. Well, the Palmetto Police Department received a special invitation on Saturday to a birthday party. Officers and members of the agency surprising birthday boy Tuck, look at that, by the cruiser. He was very excited to see that his heroes had in fact come to his party, the little boy and his friends getting a chance to sit in the police cruiser and turn on the siren. Corporal Chris Metzger and Officer Villareed saying thank you for the invite. You got to be the coolest kid on the block with
coolest thing, right?
With that going on, absolutely.
Neat stuff. We have some changing weather, I think, coming up over the next several days. People will like, but hey, Becky Mayaka is reporting in with 34 degrees. Ouch.
Chilly.
Yeah, not entirely representative, but still some pretty cool temperatures out there this morning. Wind chill advisories in effect. Grab a jacket. We'll have the complete weather forecast for you coming up in just a few.
See you then.